Well, it's been a while due to sickness and family issues, though I'm finally back. And welcome back to Bullshit Creepypasta Storytime, where I read stories that are not good and that you shouldn't read, and neither should I, but I read them anyways, because I love you. And today we have a very special episode of Bullshit Creepypasta Storytime. You see, not too long ago I was streaming. Streaming is something I do every once in a while. I announce it on Twitter. It's in the description. No one cares, I know. Anyways, during the stream, I decided it would be fun to read a couple of stories, some bullshit stories, if you will, live on stream to the people who are watching the stream. All 8 people. Thank you all for being there, by the way. And Chocobo for modding the chat. And I thought that rather than just let Twitch eventually delete the archive and thus having them gone forever, why don't I put these in a video and upload them so other people can see bad stories that I probably otherwise wouldn't have read? Because I'm bipolar. I do things just based on that. And with that said, I hope you enjoy this Bullshit Creepypasta Storytime special. The first story I've chosen is Sonic.EXE, the real story. Everyone soak that in. I am a total Sonic the Hedgehog fan. Much like everyone else, I like to dictate everyone else's opinions. I love the newer games, and I never played the classics. I don't think I've ever played any of the classic games because they look too old and outdated. This person's an idiot. But it was a nice summer afternoon. I was playing Sonic Lost World for the first time when I noticed the mailman driving up to my mailbox. That's not where you park. But he put the mail in the mailbox and left to deliver more mail because that's what mailmen do. And because that's its job, to deliver mail. I'm glad those last 2 parts were included in the story because I didn't know what mailman did. But I went to go get the mail and saw a yellow envelope with a note from my long lost friend, Kyle. He's long and he's lost. Anyways, I haven't spoken to Kyle in a year. And somehow, I recognized his handwriting, though it did look weird. It looked scratchy, like he was in a hurry. Maybe he wrote it while taking a shit. I don't know what poetry I've stumbled upon. This is what he wrote. Tom, I fucking hate you. Also, destroy the game as soon as you get it. If you don't, you could be killed by a Sonic the Hedgehog plushie. Please, destroy it, smash it, burn it. Piss on it, for all I care. Do something, please, Kyle. The note scared me. It was the scariest note Arthur had ever seen. I opened the CD case and saw CD. Okay. I saw CD, that, and Sonic 1 on it, which I thought was an I. That might be an I. I can't really tell from here. Anyways, it looked like it was written with magic marker. I took the game into my backyard, placed it on a perfectly cut tree stump. I went into my shed and I pulled out my trusty sledgehammer. I'm sure all you keep trusty sledgehammers in your shed. But I took the sledgehammer and continually kept beating the game until it shattered in a million pieces. After that, I took the pieces and place them into my burning barrel. This person owns a sledgehammer and a burning barrel, and they really like Sonic the Hedgehog. That's what kind of person this is. But burning barrel, where I had a bonfire later that night. At 11:52 p.m., I put the fire out and went to bed. I feel happy dreams. Oh, I had happy dreams or the rest of the night. Let me read that again to let it sink in. I put the fire out and I went to bed. I had happy dreams or the rest of the night. The end. Of course, that was just one of the many spooky things that can happen. The next story I'll be live reading to you is a little tale called Mario. It began like any other day in the Mushroom Kingdom, as Princess Peach was kidnapped by Bowser because her defense force are mushrooms. So that's why she keeps getting kidnapped. But it prompted Mario and Luigi to go out to rescue her. However, things already began to go off when Mario grew more angry than usual. And usually, he's fucking pissed, smiling all the time and whatnot, as if he had finally tired of having to save Peach from yet another kidnapping. Luigi seemed largely oblivious to his brother's mood because Luigi isn't the sharpest tool in the shed, like a sledgehammer, as he leapt into battle. That was until Mario finally joined the fight with surprising fury. He attacked the Goombas, tearing them to shreds with his foot. As the Goombas died, Mario began to devour them. Okay. We took a really sharp left turn right there. Alright. What do you do next? Blood and guts flying everywhere as Luigi watched in horror. Luigi, you're no help in this situation. But after a while, Luigi tried to stop Mario, from eating corpses, which are just mushrooms, so technically it's not even wrong. But they're living. I don't know what a toad is made of. I mean, a Goomba. I don't know. They're all fucking mushrooms. Point is, after a while, Luigi tried to stop Mario, only to be grabbed in an iron-tight grip by Mario, who now had a look of pure rage on his blood-covered face, because someone can't eat like a civilized human being who isn't actually real. Mario proceeded to leap up into the air and smash Luigi's head right into a coin box, shattering the block and breaking Luigi's skull in the process. But at least he got some coins for that, or a mushroom. Mario then turned around to see the Koopa Troopas fleeing in terror, which only increased his rage. How dare you run away from me? Come here so I can devour you and eat you like the other guy. And there was no way he was letting them get away. Not after all the pain they had put him through. You know how they walk back and forth, and then you jump on them, and then they bounce on things? Mario had had enough. But his entire life had been a series of fetch quests, and he had finally had enough. I feel like I already said had enough at some point, but with a mighty roar, Mario punched through several blocks until he found a fire flower, igniting himself in flames. Mario proceeded to fire bolts of flames at the hapless Koopa. I think you mean hopeless. Whatever. Koopa Troopa, potential typo. Setting them alit as they ran in circles, falling to the ground in agony as their skin fried. That's probably better than the Goomba thing, though, because at least he's cooking that. But Mario continued on his way, reaching a Toad village, which he promptly set on fire. Mario's a prick, Jesus Christ. As the Toads ran from their houses, Mario made short work of them, grabbing them and biting off their heads, as if they were one-up mushrooms. Who's to say they're not? But he was cackling madly as he ran out of the Toad village and made his way for Bowser's castle. Mario carved a path of destruction straight to Bowser's castle. Entering the castle, I know what it is, stop saying castle. He tossed enemies into pits of fire, impaled others on spikes, and tossed others to their doom in bottomless pits. Insert that noise from that bootleg Mario game I looked at. That's what everyone sounded like. All the while, his rage was building in preparation for his final battle with Bowser. If he turns into a Super Saiyan, this story is over. That was it. This was the day it would all end. ... Just 2 dots, not technically an ellipses. I don't want to hear any of that. Anyways, indeed, Mario smashed his way into Bowser's throne room. Bowser was shocked to see the blood-covered Mario and promptly held Peach out, begging Mario for forgiveness because Bowser suddenly forgot how to fight, or never knew how to fight to begin with. But he begged Mario for forgiveness and saying he could have Peach. Peach trembled as she tried to speak, only to be decapitated as Mario tossed a Koopa shell at her from... Wait, Mario tossed a Koopa shell at her with inhuman force? It makes sense considering he's not a human. Bowser's eyes grew wide as Mario pointed at him, eyes blazing. Mario was stoned. Mario charged Bowser and leapt into the air, landing on Bowser's head and shattering his skull. That's yet another shattered skull. Bowser and Luigi, both dead now. Bowser coughed up blood and fell to the floor, only to cry out as Mario grabbed his tail and spun him around with great speed, releasing him and slamming him against the wall with bone-shattering force, which means he shattered his skull again, probably. Bowser struggled to get up, only for Mario to once again grab his tail and hurl him against the wall. Yet more bones broke. Alright. The process continuing over and over, until at long last Bowser's broken, I almost said form lay in the bloody floor, with Mario breathing heavily and seeing his shattered body with regret and anger, then relieved for a second. Yeah, he felt good. Mario's expression of rage finally stopped, and he looked around, as if realizing what had occurred, his expression turning blank as he walked out of Bowser's throne room. Peach can stay there, that's okay. But it was done. His quest was over, and now at long last he could be free. With those final thoughts, Mario walked forward, spreading his arms out as he plunged into a pit of lava, ending his existence once and for all. The end. I read 2. This is the 3rd and last. This is a little ditty called Nurse Joy. Ever wonder how there are so many Nurse Joys in the Pokemon games? No, I have not, but we've been told that it's because they have a lot of sisters. But really, ... is it possible to have that many genetically... I don't think that's a word. But genetically identical siblings? Well, you never know, but still, they don't want to let anyone know the real reason. It's far too unreal and out of character if anyone knew her secret, but I found out, I saw, and I can tell you. I wrote a creepypasta, you should read it. It all starts when you walk in the Pokemon Center. You walk up to her and see her bright pink hair. So the author wants to make fun of my color blindness. No, fine. It's not red. You greet her and she has this pretty voice that wasn't exactly pretty to start with. That doesn't make any sense. But you may or may not have a talk. She takes your Pokemon, turns around, heals them, and gives them back. That's the usual routine. Most likely, she'll be all nice and caring though, by saying, please come back later. Please kill all of your Pokemon, come back later. That's how we get paid, with taxes. Give or take the personality she has, because supposedly each one is unique in personality. They all really, really want you to fuck up your Pokemon and come to the Pokemon Center so they can get paid. But what you don't know is that she installed a tracking device in your Pokeballs. Everyone check your Pokeballs. There's a tracking device she installed in there. But all 6 of them, for the people who are rocking 6 Pokeballs through their entire journey, all 6 of them in one case one falls off. Why? Well, you entered the building. She knew you'd be perfect. She knew you had the characteristics for the job. Plus, you were still a new trainer. You sucked. The less known, the better. Anyways, she keeps you tracked and alerts other Nurse Joys you might encounter. That way, when you get to one of them, well, let's just say you can... Oh, wait. Well, let's just say so they can, quote-unquote, care for you. We're potentially entering Rule 34 territory. If you're under 18, by all means, continue watching the video. However, Dots, if one of the Nurse Joys sees a trainer they want, and, in all caps, stays in the center to sleep overnight. I didn't know you could take naps at the Pokemon Center, but that's when their real fun begins. You are assigned to a room, most likely a room near the back of the Pokemon Center, which is near the front of the Pokemon Center because they're so goddamn tiny. Can I take your Pokemon to another room so they can be healed and rested, she may ask? Say no. Just say no. It's their way to isolate you. All of your belongings can go in this drawer, so you can lock it and keep your items safe while you sleep. So you don't, sleepwalk and steal all your stuff. She says in her kind voice, but will soon not love. The Joys do this to keep you unarmed. Of course, you trust these kind nurses, so all the items you had go in the drawer, and she gives you the lock. There's a lock also. Good night, please enjoy your rest. She tries to comfort you, but if you look closely, you may notice the fake face she has because she almost always... the fake face she has because almost always they're all full of excitement before the procedure happens. Can you guess the real reason now? If yes, then well done. If not, keep reading. This is a trick sentence right here because I don't want to keep reading, but I also don't really know what he's talking about, forcing you to continue reading the story, you tricky bastard. At about midnight, usually when it is all dark and no living thing is up and about except for our lovely and sadistic nurse. Is she into S&M or what? But it all begins. The door to your room gently opens. There is no squeak or creaking noise because that's a good fucking door, and because she was smart enough to oil the door so no sound is made when it is open. It's the perfect plan. She comes in with a gurney. Those medical stretch things they used to carry injured people. I know what a fucking gurney is. Her face is not sweet anymore, but more devilish. She enjoys the ritual. She loves it. The rush, the adrenaline. She gets the red glow in her eyes. It's as if she's possessed by the devil himself. Oh, I see you're throwing pronouns at me. What about herself? You sit in the corner and think about what you wrote down in the Creepypasta wiki. But although you're sound asleep, she doesn't take any chances as she takes out a needle. No, it's not poison, silly. It's a liquid form of sleeping powder. Which is like poison, but it's not. In a very high dose, though. As an ounce could keep you asleep for, say, 2 hours. So they're like really shitty sleeping pills. The needle has 10 ounces. Of course, I have no idea how to deal with this because I don't understand the metric system. But she needs all the time she can get for the procedure to be successful. So you're locked out on a gurney, being pushed down the hall into a room that has been disguised as the nurse's only room. They disguised a room. Did they put a sheet over the room and poke holes in its eyes? It's a ghost. But if you ever somehow manage to see what's inside, there's only... Wait, hold on a sec. If you ever somehow manage to see what's inside, here's what you would see. Severed limbs and appendages of different sizes in jars. Okay, that makes sense. Only ones that didn't transform properly. Alright. There are also testicles. Give a brief moment of silence for that one. But yeah, she cuts them off. She drags the male bodies underneath a saw tool and then slices them off. I don't want to read this story anymore. But she doesn't mind. She doesn't mind the bleeding. Actually, she collects it through the drain and jars it, you know, for when she needs a drink. After all, ... all the joys need a constant supply of blood. Is that canon? I haven't watched Pokemon in a while, so I don't know. Now, the next part is her favorite. Joy takes a knife and to your groin. She does this very gently because she enjoys it. And if you were to wake up, then you can suffer slowly. At this point, Joy's hair is not neat. It's practically unneat, I would say. It's covered with blood. Her face was completely changed. Her pupils completely blood red. And her teeth have suddenly grown a bit, causing them to look like fangs. No, she is not a vampire. You don't know that, author. I don't think you know anything. That being followed up with, well, she could be, but that's not the point. Well, if you don't actually know, don't include it in your story. Joy then has a smile that's a mix of a clown and a demon, if you can imagine that. You know, it's it, basically. Because she takes out a bottle of serum with special DNA molecules in it. Joy DNA molecules, to be exact. But before she does anything with it, Joy takes out all of your organs. Except for... If this is a first-hand experience, how the fuck did this person come back alive to write the story? Or find out about any... never mind. Joy takes out all of your organs. All of them. You don't need them. Except for a couple, like your heart and brain. You don't need those other ones. The heart and the brain, your body will run fine. She stitches your open incision, but it's not a decent job. After all, it doesn't matter. Someone's lazy. The serum needs to be directly poured on the brain for it to work, so naturally Joy will take out a saw, a regular old saw, and slice your skull just enough for the brain to be showing. The serum is poured, and after a few minutes, the body is becoming more Joy-like. I don't like where this is going. But the heart and brain are revived, while new organs, Joy organs, as they're called in this story, grow in the empty cavity that is your body, because this is how biology works. And how Joys procreate, I guess. All your cuts are healed, and it was as if you had perfect skin. Oh, and you're such a pretty girl now, too. The process is complete. You wake up the next day wanting to work at the Pokemon Center. Anywhere would do, but you also have a DNA molecule forcing you to look out for minor trainers that could be the next Joy. Is Joy a trap? Is that what I'm... That... Joy's a trap, you guys. Watch out. But, well, if she's a good trap, then it's okay. Anyways, of course, with this comes the ability to do what has been done to you. The thing is, ellipses, you think you were born identical to other Nurse Joys, and you don't own a mirror, so you can't, look and see that didn't happen. But why go through the trouble of making people turn into Joys? Why not just clone? Well, I found out that the original Joy would like to someday rule the world, because everybody wants to rule the world, with an army of Joys. that will do anything because it's in their DNA to follow the original. But cloning would attract too much attention because you fucking clone in the middle of Times Square. Plus the whole I have a lot of sisters that are identical seems to have been a good story. It's certainly much better than this one. But there you have it. Now you know. Wonder how I know this? I don't really care, but you're gonna tell me anyway, so go ahead. Well, who's always with Nurse Joy? If a fucking Chansey wrote this story, I better not see Chansey in the next sentence or something. Anyways, wonder how I know this? Well, who's always with Nurse Joy? Who's the one in the background helping me? It's me, Chansey, the talking Pokemon who can write bad stories on the internet. Though I was told not to ever speak of this or say anything but my name. In the... God. Even though I am a Pokemon who can talk because I'm magical. So my advice to you is come to the Pokemon Center at your own risk. You never know. The thing about the real Nurse Joy is she likes to hunt around by herself. So when you're all alone, sleeping, or just relaxing, don't think you will be safe. I hear she has a nice demonic face to stare at you with. Oh, comma. Looks like she chose another victim. ... I think it's you. The end. And that was our little special bullshit creepypasta storytime adventure. None of these stories were particularly good. In fact, they were kind of bad. And that Nurse Joy one was a little icky. But it also didn't make sense, because biology, just pointing that out. But yeah, I hope you enjoy this. If anyone would want me to archive future instances where I read on stream for some ungodly reason, let me know and I'll do that. But until that time comes, I'm Yuriofwind, that's my username, and this has been Bullshit Creepypasta Story Times. Thank you for watching. Hello everyone, and welcome back to Endslate. Yuriofwind here, the only person who doesn't shut up at the end of the video. You just watched a new, kinda weird bullshit creepypasta storytime on 3 stories that I've already forgotten the names of, although the links to those stories will be in the description, as they always are. And I hope you enjoyed the video, technically, in some way. Or the stream, if you were one of the 8 people who heard those live. Again, I hope you enjoyed those. But yeah, it's been a while. It's been a little while. I want to apologize for that. I've had some stuff going on. Of course, I was sick. You know, the Yuriofwind standard. But I've also had some family stuff to take care of. And, yeah. Sorry about that. But I'm back now. And, you know, I'm working on that Kamen Rider video. It's like always, because I'm always fucking working on that. But enough about that, you know, right now. I don't want this to go on for too long, and we're already a minute in, so that's bad. Welcome back to Endslate. I'm just gonna Endslate you right now. Now, as some of you may know, or as should be the case, since the 15th has passed, annotations should no longer be available for use on YouTube. They're not gone for videos that already had annotations, but I cannot set annotations on my video. And I'll have to use cards, which means you'll only be able to click the link for the video during the last 20 seconds of the end slate. Although someone told me to keep putting videos up in case YouTube decides to bring annotations back. Which is pretty likely, actually. So I'm going to do that. There'll just be 2 videos that I've picked. I think I went with Resident Evil Gaming Mysteries Redux and the beta of Sonic.EXE. So if during the last 20 seconds of this video you want to click on either of those, or just go to the YouTube page or something, feel free to do so. Social media, I have those, like Twitter and Facebook and Twitch, and those are in the description. And Nico, he does the art. I don't know where Nico went, actually. I haven't heard from him for a while, but I know that in his heart, he still does the art, and that'll never change. So, by all means, check out all that stuff. I'm moving my arms to emphasize the checking out the stuff, but you can't see that, obviously. Sorry if I sound like crap, also. But enough about that. Because there's, oh my god, a plane is flying by. I'm going to die. Hold on a sec. Just making sure it's not coming my way. I have a Patreon, and thanks to people on Patreon, I've begun putting together a new PC. You may have saw some Half-Life 2 footage at the beginning of this video. I would have put some Corpse Party blood drive footage too, but I don't have the new PC to record footage for that. Although when I do, I will be doing videos on it, which is, I'm not looking, well, I'm both looking forward to and not looking for. Anyways, I have a Patreon. People help me with making videos and being able to make videos on a regular basis full time, and I have more videos planned for this month. And I want to thank the people who have been supporting me on the Patreon because I love them. Now, I am on cold medication right now, so if I miss one of your names, you'll have to forgive me and like send me a message yelling at me, although I'm going to try really hard to not screw this up. So thank you from the bottom of my heart, Christopher Ubin, Lily Starflame, Ben Shaw, Darth Penguin, Nikki Batelli, Brandon Cohen, Harley Crawley, I almost said Crawley, almost, not quite, Lab 547. I feel like I got yelled at for saying that wrong at one point. But thank you, Brian. Thank you, He Ho Grace. Brendan Wilbanks. JJ Rulan. I almost said Rutan. Abdul Kareem Torres. Nikki Layman. Sally from 3 Ice Cube Show. D-Mansland. Jacob Sifford. Tio Centaure. Voltron. Skyward Keyblade. Joseph Constantine. Christina Coleman, Doc Drazen, Aaron Brewington, David Freesley, Fernando Silva, Rodrigo Derez, and of course, thank you to Beautiful Yoshi, Nat, Paul Walker, Seth Hine, Stebola? Maybe I said that right. Mitchell Shore. The Wheels on the Bus Go Die Die Die, Erlen Mattis Rees, Wade Tomorrow. Is it tomorrow or close? Ayo Breezy, Richard Lahif, Greg Wolf, Vicious Phantom, Mr. Bowler. Nope, I was thinking of a different name there. I was thinking about Street Fighter 5 for a second there. Mind sleepy. Thank you, Robert. Thank you, Brandon McKinnon. I almost said Brandon because I'm an idiot. Mitchell Janda, Sergio. Thank you, Crazen, McGamers, Mio Kuroshima, Jsteria, Matt Jonas, Rory O'Carroll, Kenpachi Ramasama, Lon Lon Rancher 86, Anthony Mang, Squiggly Kip, Crow Feathers, Fat D, the ever-returning champ, Eric Camacho, Jonathan Klaus. I named my farm in Harvest Moon Fat D the other day. I'm sorry, I just had to insert that in. Joseph Hitzke, Ryan Cole, Jacob Epler, Fantastic Hairman Desu. That one's still pretty good. River Casey, Joel Guzman, and of course, thank you to everyone else, and thank you to those who watch the videos and share them and like them. I appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. I'm sorry I've been gone for a while in terms of videos, but I have some stuff planned before the month ends. I'd like to get at least 3 more videos up on the main channel and hopefully start Persona 3 up again on the other channel because I finally got that memory card adapter and my save is on the backwards compatible PS3. So yeah. But thank you all for watching. Thank you all for being patient with me. And there's going to be more content soon. So thank you for watching. This has been End Slate. I've been Yuriofwind. I'm going to go to bed. And then at some point I'm going to wake up. Goodbye. I love you. I'm going to click stop on this now. But I still love you.